No, just go.
What's up, Pleekers? Welcome back to another Flash recap. I'm Jerome,
And I'm Nick.
and today we'll be talking about Flash Season 3, Episode 21, I believe.
Shouldn't you know that shit?
I know it's called Cause and Effect.
Okay.
It's either 2021, I believe it's 21. This was a very light episode, more happier than I expected.
Yeah, I didn't really expect this.
It was really funny. It reminded
I don't know what I expected necessarily, but it was fine. It was good.
I mean, the way the season's going, it's been a really dark season.
Yeah, it didn't.
So it seems like I
it
thought
didn't
it'd be
start
dark.
off that way when they were talking to each other, Flash and
Yeah.
And
But it was cool seeing
Saboteur.
him all happy. I like that little scene where he's in the courtroom, and they have those glasses on and they're typing all stuff because he was reading it out. Like, you could tell he was reading.
Yo, that was a bad design on those glasses. If one little thing is sweat,
I know. Can you
burns
imagine,
them.
like, if I wore those things? I sweat all the time.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be
would
able
not
to
work.
touch those things. But I thought it was a really fun episode.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was
It
glad. So we got within the first 5 minutes, we got all the answers on Saboteur. We know what Saboteur it is, and I kind of like that they actually asked the questions that we asked just to get it out of the way, so like no one's like, oh, but what about this to them? Like what came first, Saboteur or the Time Remnant? And it's the same thing. It's just a loop. It's one of those things in time travel, like it only happens because it happens, and it's just a whole circle. It's basically the way they get out of anything with time travel.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
thinking.
that's a lot of like, why this happened in Doctor Who? Oh, it just cause.
Yeah,
But
just 'cause is a good answer.
But like it's weird because it's not Barry, but it is Barry.
Yeah, I'm not.
And they were right that you couldn't have come up with this theory because we didn't know that he was making time remnants in the future fight because we haven't seen that fight yet.
But we saw him make time remnants in the past.
Yeah,
and
but like
so
people's theory.
people commented on our other video that like they thought it was a time remnant.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
what I'm saying is like they said, oh, you can't guess it because literally it's not like we could say it's that time because we had no clue.
No, it was like time remnant 57.
Yeah, but what I like too is we discussed this while we were watching it is that this group of people really would shun out another Barry like that. Like they go, you're not real Barry.
I could totally see them doing that.
Because like they're a good family, but they're kind of assholes to outsiders.
Yeah, the interesting part of the show, and this has nothing to do with what you just said, but I don't know why. I was just thinking it. So they make him lose his memory.
Yeah,
which was funny. You know, they fucked up, and he doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, I like they had a lot of little Easter eggs to Bart Allen, which is like his future like grandson. He's like, oh, here's not Bart. I like that.
That shit went right over my head.
Yeah, well, you don't read comics, so you had no clue.
But so, anyways, everything that they did to him happened to Saboteur, or Remnant.
See, yeah, that's what I was getting at in the episode.
What?
Well, you just continue. I'll go back to that.
So, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like, I was telling Tillis when we were watching the episode. Unless when they erased his memory, they were planning on defeating Saboteur and not telling Barry what happened. Eventually, because Saboteur's from the future, he's just gonna know how they defeat him again and stop him again. Because that's his whole thing is, oh, I know what you're gonna do because I lived it. So like, if this Barry ever finds out how they defeat Saboteur, that Saboteur is gonna know. So that's why the erasing the memory. It was cool. It was fun for this episode, but it didn't fully make sense to me, and it really accomplished nothing.
No, but the one thing it did accomplish is it. So does that mean anything they do to Barry happens to Saboteur?
Yeah. Like,
So
if they cut off Barry's dick, Saboteur's got no dick.
Yeah, so do you think that's going to play into how they get him?
I don't know.
Like, why else would they show us all that shit?
Yeah, it's true. That could play a part. I did like when Barry's like, yeah, what if I just kill myself and he's vibrating his hand?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saboteur's suit's pretty cool, too. And Barry's like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. My suit's cooler than yours.
Oh, yeah, when it came alive.
And it started fighting Barry, and then he jumped into it. That was a really cool scene.
That was cool. And I liked Barry Remnant being all mean and evil.
Yeah, Grant Gustin actually does a pretty good job being the villain.
Yeah, I was a little worried about it because he's so goofy and like.
Yeah, he's really good at being goofy and Taylor
likable.
I didn't watch Glee, but Taylor said he was almost like a villain on Glee.
Yeah, I heard he
was. I mean, I don't think he was sabotaging and killing people's like girlfriends and stuff.
Well, technically, he hasn't done that yet. It's in the future.
Well, I mean, technically, he has.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
But so like maybe that's where they got some of the idea for that was because he was bad in that show.
Maybe.
But I don't know. I was actually pretty happy though with him like that, and they did kind of hint, where someone commented saying that his burn was from the Speed Force. It's not the case because he pointed at it and said that it was because of the Time Remnant stuff. remember the last one burned.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
guessing it has to do with all that. At least that's what he kind of hinted at. So I'm assuming it was the time remnant
Oh,
shit that goes on.
I guess. I don't even remember that part.
So what I was also thinking, which they didn't mention this in the episode, is well, couldn't Barry just be like, okay, well now I'm not going to make time remnants of myself when we fight?
Yeah,
Because even if they're fighting and he just doesn't do that, wouldn't it just make that guy not exist?
but isn't that why? But that's why he's gonna kill Iris. Because if he kills Iris, that
Well, I guess yeah. If he kills Iris, then Barry would be sad enough, anyways, that he'll become
he
Saboteur.
won't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess there's really no winning.
So, but didn't he said he needs two things to happen, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Kill Iris, and he wouldn't tell him what the other thing is.
Yeah.
Any clues?
Barry to get trapped in the Speed Force.
Oh, that's what you think?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's fully the case, but I feel like that's because he said he was trapped in the Speed Force and went crazy. Maybe he needs Barry to be trapped in the Speed Force so that way he can maybe be the new Barry that exists here.
But it's his remnant that was trapped in the Speed Force, right?
Yeah, but in this cycle, maybe he needs Barry to be trapped in the Speed Force. I don't know.
All right.
It's really confusing with all that.
Well, and then also when he made Saboteur forget everything by making Barry forget everything while he lost his power.
Yeah, well, which is at first I was like, "Oh, that's weird," but then like you mentioned it to me, like because of other movies, it's like Bill and Ted because they did that. Saboteur never got the idea to go back and get Wally's powers, which they kind of said that in the episode.
Yeah, it's
eventually.
like, hey, we should put our keys here. Well, remember to put our keys here. And then
Yeah, and then they got it. But then, like, yeah, we got to make sure we actually do that now.
It did kind of turn into Bill and Ted's a little bit and with that stuff.
Which is funny because in one of the previous episodes, I don't remember what they were doing, but you said, well, couldn't they just do like Bill and Ted and just think it and then it happens? And then they didn't do that.
They didn't do it, and then they
which
did
I
it
thought
in
was
this episode.
funny that it works that way in this episode.
Yeah,
That just shows how when you do stuff with time travel, it's really just whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
But that's because it's not real. So you could, this is our rules of time travel.
Time travel's not real?
No, I wish it was.
God,
Because Dane Cook put a post on Twitter the other day, and you could travel back in time and tell your 15-year-old self something. What would you do? And everybody's like, "Oh, I'll tell him, don't worry about that girl," and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
I replied saying, "I would tell myself I can time travel in the future."
Oh my god.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Guys, you're retarded.
I want to mention here because I think next episode the trailer made it seem all kind of fun. Captain Cold and King Shark, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's when we're going to see the person die, and I think it's going to be HR. One, because he's in love with that girl now. And like, they're in a
that was quick,
relationship.
by the way.
Yeah, super quick.
Yeah.
But that works with him, though. He would totally be like that.
Yeah.
I think he's going to use the face-changing thing, and he's going to...
Pretend to be Iris?
He's going to he's going to make the plan with Iris, tell her not to tell anybody.
She would totally do that, too.
Yeah. Because to make it believable, and then he's going to die in replace of Iris to stop all this from happening. He's going to sacrifice himself. And I think, and they could maybe even do this to make the moment, it'll be sad, but then almost kind of funny, but then sad again because HR is dying. Barry's holding Iris in his arms, and then it turns into HR.
Oh, I think you just went a little too far. You think so?
Well, I don't think they're going to do that. I'm just saying that that would be cool for that part. But I think HR is going to use his, because they showed us at one episode, and then they've done stuff with him being out in public, and we don't see from anybody else's point of view him being that guy again. I feel like just how you said they showed us that Saboteur, I think whatever happens to Barry happens to him.
Yeah.
They showed us that because they're going to use that in the future. I think they showed us that face changing thing because that's how he's going to go.
Right. Well, I do.
Because it's not that they're running low on Harrison Wells.
Right. I do think that Harrison Wells is going to die. I don't necessarily know if I agree that it's going to be next episode.
Well, the funeral is the finale, so I'm assuming they die at the end of this next episode. Because
It could be.
I mean, last season his dad died at second to last episode. They had the
Was
funeral,
it?
the finale. That's how it opened up. I mean, they don't have to do it the exact same way, but that
Right.
seems to be the way these shows do it. Something like that happened also last year in Arrow. Someone died second to last episode, funeral on the finale.
I have something to look forward to then.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is they have kind of a repetition of doing that, and then they defeat the bad guy in the end, blah, blah, blah. So I think it'll be...
I got you.
Especially because
I think
at the scene after the funeral and at the funeral, we've seen everybody there, including the actor who plays HR, most likely being Harry.
Yeah. I think HR will die if someone has to die.
Yeah.
You know.
They can maybe even work for the mind plan, but they could throw a twist and make it be Harry that dies. But that'd be so random.
That would be pretty random.
But yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be him in that casket.
So they're gonna go get that.
Which
What was that thing that they're gonna get from Argus?
I don't. It's some alien tech from the Invasion crossover episode, and Argus has King Shark guarding it.
Which was weird.
Weird, but like pretty cool.
And
I
then
like King
Captain
Shark.
Cold's gonna come help him. So it should be. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
and
looking
Lila
forward.
will be in the episode too.
Who?
Lila, Diggle's wife.
Oh yeah, I saw her in the preview.
In Arrow, is she like in charge of Argus stuff yet?
Nope.
Well, you should know that because she was in the crossover, but I didn't know what the point you're
I
at.
don't
She's in that
remember.
yet.
No,
Oh.
no, she's she just had her baby. The one I'm watching.
Oh, okay. So it's a girl still.
Yeah, Flash hasn't fucked that up yet.
Oh, okay. So what do you think's gonna happen? Like, do you think with him getting Captain Cold and all that next episode?
I think you're probably gonna make a bad joke about them breaking out of prison.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to hit it before it comes, and then I don't know. Like, so he's getting Captain Cold.
Did you notice? Because I don't know if they
you
noticed.
asked me a question, and then you
Well,
interrupt me.
It goes with the thing. Did you
Okay.
notice when he's talking to Captain Cold in the background is the Wave Rider, which is the ship from Legends of Tomorrow?
No.
So like I don't know if that has to do with like
I'm not sure I would recognize the ship from tomorrow.
I don't know if that
I'd
has.
recognize a ship.
There was a ship behind him. It was that
Right.
exact ship. But I don't know if that has to do with like they're gonna say like, oh, when he was part of the team in season 1, they just happened to be in 2017 at this exact moment, which would be real stupid, but whatever. Or if he's gonna go back in time before he goes on the ship, or at the end of season 2 they drop him off and wipe his memory like before he's dead. So I don't know what timeline he's in for that, but their ship is in the background, so it's gonna have to do something with
Well, I mean,
Legends.
it's hopefully. I mean, obviously they thought this out.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
So-
I don't know which timeline it'll be, so it'll be interesting what he knows as far as like Legends and
See, I don't
all that
know what he
stuff.
knows, so it doesn't even like occur to me because I haven't
Oh,
watched any Legends
yeah.
except for the crossover. So
that's true. Yeah, I don't. I think that'll be interesting.
yeah,
'Cause, I mean,
They're
really-
way more interesting to you than me. I'm just like, oh, it's Captain Cold.
Yeah, I love him. He's one of my favorite Flash characters.
You know what? I'm surprised I liked him. I like him more than I thought I would. Like when he was in the Speed Force, I was like, oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
cool.
man, I watched Flash so much with him and Heatwave. I was like, I should just try Prison Break because I like them so much on here.
And you never look back.
And then I
Now
watched
you won't
all of
stop
Prison Break.
fucking talking about it.
I love Prison Break. It's amazing.
Anyway.
So continue on what you think's gonna happen with Captain Cold.
Was I saying what was going to happen? I assume he's going to help him get him, or is he just helping him get that thing out?
I think he's just gonna help him steal that thing.
You know,
I thought he was gonna help him fight Savitar, but I feel like he's like, oh, I need a thief. Let's get Captain Cold so we can get out of here quick. But then it seems
that
like
makes a lot more sense.
it seems like Lila catches them because she's like, oh, you shouldn't be spying. And I'm like, is it spying if you're a friend?
Right.
So like, I don't know how that's gonna all play out, but I'm assuming it's just like, oh, we need someone to get this out quick for us. Argus will never let us have this, blah blah blah.
Right.
So they just get him to help him steal it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. I'm kind of excited to see King Shark again too.
Yeah, there's only 2 left, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean,
Especially because we just found out who the bad guy is like an episode ago. All right, so thanks for watching, Pleekers. Comment down below what was your favorite moment from this episode, and also comment down below what you think is going to happen next week with Captain Cold, King Shark, and all that jazz. Maybe who you think's going to die. I believe it's HR.
I think it'll be.
So do
HR.
you. But maybe how do you think HR is going to die? And we'll see you guys next week.